Welcome to the Filmistines, the podcast where we discuss all things movies. Join us as we dive deep into the latest releases, revisit classic films, and explore the art of cinema. Whether you're a film fanatic or just love a good flick, we've got you covered. From Hollywood blockbusters to indie gems, we'll be breaking down the storytelling, cinematography, and everything in between. So grab some popcorn, sit back, and get ready for some cinematic magic. If you like what you hear, please consider subscribing to our Patreon at patreon.com/Filmistines. We offer tiers at the $1, $5, and $20 level, where the $5 tier will grant the ability to request films for future episodes. This is the Filmistines, where movies are more than just entertainment, they're an experience. And welcome back to another episode of the Filmistines. Thanks for tuning in today on this chilly day, if you're in a chilly place.
Bet you it's chilly everywhere.
In the northern hemisphere, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Because we're entering fall up here.
That's true.
They're entering spring in the southern hemisphere.
So probably still a little chilly.
That's probably true too. It's probably chilly almost everywhere on the planet now.
Yeah.
But today I'm joined by my hanging friend Lucy. How are you today?
I'm doing great. Just got back from a vacation to the greatest place on earth.
Tyler Perry's production studio?
No, Buc-ee's.
Buc-ee's. That was your vacation?
That was my vacation. Went to Buc-ee's.
Did you stay at the Buc-ee's hotel?
There's a Buc-ee's hotel?
Yeah.
Holy fuck, I did not stay at the Buc-ee's hotel. Although I did see Buc-ee.
Did you say hello?
I did not say hello.
Were you afraid of him?
Hell yes.
Why are people in suits so scary?
I don't know.
Especially when you can't see their face.
Dude, do you ever go to Chuck E. Cheese?
Yeah, Chucky used to scare the shit out of me.
Dude, for real. I don't care how many free tickets that motherfucker was handing out.
I didn't know he handed out free tickets.
Yeah, he handed out
Mr.
free
Charles
tickets.
over there was over there. I wasn't over, and I was over here.
I just crept around the outer perimeter of the tickets he was throwing.
Yeah, I don't know how anyone's okay with that. Like children, I don't know how they can. Those are kids getting kidnapped. That's all I'm saying.
Did I ever tell you that my dad has a coworker? I don't know if he still works with them, but they call him Chuck E. Cheese, because he used to work at Chuck E. Cheese.
Was he Charles?
Yeah, he was Chuck E. Cheese. He was a Chuck E. Cheese.
He dressed up as Charles Entertainment Cheese.
Yes, and handed out shit to kids.
Is he a creep?
I don't think so. Now he
He's
builds houses.
Normal ass person.
Normal ass, Hispanic ass construction worker, which is hilarious. We should ask my dad about that. Can you imagine putting that on your resume? I don't know. That's funny. Works well with kids.
It's actually maybe a really cool trait as long as you're not a creep, because it makes you look a little bold and just will kind of do anything.
Yeah, adventurous.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
It's kind of a really good trait as long as you're not creepy. I feel like there's a real creepy angle to it. That might just be me, but
I mean, you're not wrong.
Like I said, the people who go up to Chuck E. Cheese, the guy in the outfit, those are the kids getting kidnapped. Just saying.
You're also not wrong.
I bet you there's some strong correlation between the kids who get kidnapped and that. If you could plot that out, but it's hard to ask the kids when they're gone.
When they're dead.
When they're dead.
Oh, anyway. No, I didn't.
Well,
I'm good.
Thank you guys for joining us today. You can catch us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for brand new episodes of the Filmistines at patreon.com/Filmistines. Please come by. Please enjoy. Previous episodes include Pablo Larraín's El Conde, Countdown, the Techno Yes Horror.
What the fuck did you say?
Our recent Patreon exclusive episode, Only Murders in the Building, the cool Hulu show. Is it on TV? I'm not sure. No, it's a Hulu original.
Yes.
Correct? Yeah. So probably not on TV. And then the 2 Garfield movies, which are strangely not terrible. That's all I'll say here. You gotta go see the episode. But today we are discussing a interesting movie, fun title, by a guy named Matthew Goodhue. This movie doesn't have a wiki page. I think it's the first movie we're covering that doesn't have a wiki page. That's kind of interesting.
That's true.
Especially for this movie was mildly hyped for what it is. I think pretty sure it was on IGN's YouTube channel. I think it was on Rotten Tomatoes and stuff. It has a little bit of a thing going on here on the interwebs, and no wiki page.
Well, I didn't hear anything on this movie. When you brought it up, I had no idea this was even a thing. But I also tried to stay away from any news whatsoever, just to be surprised. But I had at least heard of the movies we watch sometimes.
Yeah, well, I try to keep you on your toes. Of course, the movie we're talking about is Slotherhouse. Matthew Good Hughes' Slotherhouse. I like to keep you on your toes. This is a prime example of a kind of movie that I find and I'm like, I gotta see that. But I've never, I guess before I get too ahead of myself, did we or did we not like this movie? Do you think I liked this movie?
No. I don't think you liked this movie. I think you liked the sloth. And you thought maybe some of the practical shit with the sloth was cool. But after that, I don't think you really liked this movie whatsoever. Would you recommend this movie? I think you would for like the funniness of a sloth being a murderer. But I don't think you did.
And you didn't give a shit about this movie. That's my take on this. You didn't give a fuck about this movie.
Oh, interesting.
Interesting. Yeah, I was about to say that this is a prime example of a movie that I find and I'm like, I gotta see it. And it's such an unremarkable film that I don't really know why I was all that interested in it. And I've never gone the other way with that with that kind of find. When I find that movie, it always ends in one way, and I'm never impressed. I'm never impressed. This movie is borderline, bunny man. This.
Well, it might surprise you. Well, maybe. Yeah, I'm there with you. Like these kinds of movies are, even though I haven't seen it, it's like the Winnie the Pooh one.
Yeah, and the Grinch one.
And the Grinch one, exactly,
the
those.
one.
Yes. But I had fun watching this movie. I had a little too much fun watching this movie. And I think it was because it was a sloth. If it would have been any other animal, I don't know if I would have given as much of a shit as I did.
I'm sold on the premise. I will say I think the premise is actually pretty strong, and I think the narrative that the sloth takes is really fun and creative. But this movie was not long. It was like an hour and a half, not even quite, and it felt like it was probably 30 or 40 minutes too long. This is a mega short film premise stretched out to a feature-length film. And I guess because I like the short film format, I would rather see it live there because that is exactly what this premise is. And a lot of horror kind of is that, especially when it's not like really not taking itself very serious.
Mm-hmm.
So like a 30 to 40 minute little short of this, I could have seen this being part of like a Creep Show anthology. Are you familiar with Creep Show?
Creep Show?
Yeah, the show Creep Show.
No.
By the Crypt Keeper.
No.
It's just it was a series. It was kind of like, what is the book series called? L.R. Stein's Goosebumps?
The Goosebumps? Yeah.
It's kind of like Goosebumps, but much more graphic.
Okay.
And for TV.
Okay.
And I think they were inspired by like a comic series, but it feels kind of right in there. Sorority house, sloth, ends up wanting to be president, queen, whatever of the sorority, and that's just it's like, and then the sloth kills everyone on that journey, kind of thing. It's like, all right, that feels like a 40-minute little short.
Yeah, I could definitely see something like that because it didn't really start to pick up until after she brought the sloth home,
which we were probably 20 minutes in at that point.
And then throughout the whole thing, just shave off 5 minutes here, 1 minute here, and boom, you got a 40-minute, So I definitely agree with that. I was surprised, however, how good this movie looked for what it was.
That is, I know you're pretty much on the mark with the sloth being my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
The main thing I like about this film, which is very fun. It's a fun puppet, and they own the puppetness of it. When he's thrown, it looks like a fucking puppet is thrown at you, which is cool. But they, like, the use of the camera here is actually super fun and interesting, and because especially when we see through the slots eyes moving about. And then I guess I'll just say off the top that the best scene I think in the whole movie was probably when one of the girls was in a room and it was thundering and the sloth was like in one spot and then the lights were flickering or the thunder happened and then it was moving and stuff and you didn't see it move and it just wasn't a different, very classic cliche kind of thing, but with a fucking sloth. I can imagine that's where the premise started. That scene right there is where it started. And then they made a movie around that. I could see that happening.
Yeah.
And so, so I think I guess the cinematography, at least the perspective part of it, was probably my favorite part of the movie, next to the sloth himself, or herself.
That's right. Her name was Alpha. So I think it was a girl. I think. But I really liked that you were kind of rooting for the sloth the whole time. That's a little bit different because most of the time you're not rooting for whatever is trying to kill you. And and I'm sure we'll get more into it, or let's just get into it right now. How awful these performances were. For all these characters, I honestly couldn't understand anything they were saying. I didn't even know they were speaking English half the time.
Yeah, there were a couple girls were pretty rough.
Yeah, and it's funny because they were speaking English.
American English.
Well,
by an American dude.
Some of these girls are from Britain.
Oh, so they had bad American accents. Is that what was coming through?
That was what was coming through, yes. And the girl, Zenny, the one that you said had a cochlear implant. You remember that?
Yeah, she was like
she was the
wild
worst
card
one.
chick.
Yeah. She definitely was the worst.
So she's not deaf.
I don't know. It was very limited on what I could find on this movie, on these actors, but she was not deaf from what I could find.
Okay.
So she just had a southern London accent. Who fucking knows? I've never heard anyone from the south of London.
Well, we do know how terrible, like, for example, our British accents are, right? Me and you.
Yes.
And the people like us, right? Some people are blessed with the tongue dexterity to nail accents. It's very cool. With some practice, and you can pull that out of a lot of people who can't do it, right? So you can very easily see, someone like her not being able to pull out that American sorority girl kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And maybe she did her little song and dance for the cast and crew or the audition guys, and they're like, yes, we want that, because we do need to bring up and remember that this movie is nothing but an homage to like things like Halloween and Chucky, right? So bad performances are essential, but that line is a delicate line.
But you want to understand what they're saying at least.
Yeah, and that might be a disconnect from maybe our filmmakers or our actors here.
Yeah, I guess, but don't put him in a sorority. Don't put him in a American Girl. Like.
I mean, I got it for you.
Yeah.
Keep him in the sorority. Don't make them talk so much.
Yeah.
These girls talked way too much in this movie. That's probably where we could have shaved off all of our time, minus the beginning with. Do what?
In the dialogue.
The dialogue, there was way too much forced character, I guess. Like, there was, especially, I guess we could have probably kept it with the main girl, but everyone else, if they weren't talking to the main girl, just keep it real low-key. And we could have kept Zenny the way she was, because she was just this weird thing that she was kind of the savior here and there, because she was, right? At the very end.
Was she? Yeah.
Okay.
She did.
There were a couple times.
There were a couple of saviors.
There were a couple instances of different people saving.
Yes.
Yeah, and she was like the last one.
She was one of them, yeah.
Which is fine, and it just was a little awkward every time she talked, because I felt like Right? There are instances of her conversing with our main character in like a heart-to-heart kind of situation, and it just wasn't. I just had no idea what the fuck was happening. Like, she was like talking to a 2-year-old,
Yeah.
speaking gibberish that I couldn't flesh out in any way in my mind. Not that this movie's all that deep, but I guess that's kind of. I'm totally with you though on performances. They are bad, intentionally so, I would say, but a little.
That's too bad.
A little too bad, yeah.
Yeah.
A little.
How is the puppet sloth going to be the best performance here?
Well, when the killer's got to be the best.
I know it's Slotherhouse. It's about the sloth. The
Yeah.
sloth is our main dude here, but he doesn't talk. He doesn't say anything, and okay, he's not the center of attention. A lot of the time, our killers aren't. They're in the background killing the people. So don't make the background the best thing about this movie. At least give our characters some spice here. And if they're going to be bad, then I don't know. Embrace the badness. Don't just give a shit. I don't know.
Yeah, it almost feels like they didn't know how to resolve the reason to bring the sloth into the picture. Because we needed the sloth. How was the sloth going to be brought into a sorority? Okay, there's only really one answer, I guess, and it's going to be the mascot, the live mascot.
Yeah.
And we're going to bring that in by a competing sorority member, competing for the presidency or whatever, the queenship or whatever.
Yeah.
What was it, president?
President. Yeah.
Okay. So we got to have like a douchey, contrarian antagonist, right?
Right.
So, all right, how do we wrap that up really quickly? I guess we got an answer, but I just feel like there was probably a quicker, cleaner answer that is there, that we could have had the sloth figure that out much sooner and still had the sloth become, the queen, the house, the president. I want to say prom queen because of the tiara, I guess.
Wait, the sloth wants to become the president?
Yeah.
I thought the sloth just wanted to go home.
That was like a weird chewing at the end there. Now the sloth wanted to become president.
Well, maybe I didn't catch that. I thought the sloth just wanted to get revenge on our main girl here, Emily.
That's how the sloth initiated its killing spree, and then it got inspired by the social media attention, and the fame and celebrityism, and then we see that the climax of the movie is the sloth riding the former president, or the old, the current president.
Yeah, Bianca.
Riding Bianca down the stairs, and the sloth has the tiara on its head. And that was kind of the climax of like, oh shit, the sloth wants to become the president, right?
Sure. I didn't really get that.
You didn't get that?
No.
That's what I got of that. Which I like. I like that premise. Maybe they could have. I mean, it probably would have helped the movie if they were like, "Oh shit, the sloth wants to be the president." It would have kind of fit, because the guy did say this is a slaughterhouse. Like, okay,
yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah, maybe if they would have spoon fed that to me a little more, it would have clicked. But I didn't really get that. I just thought it was just making fun of everybody and just killing everybody and messing with everybody. And then once it figured out that it was having too much fun killing, she just wanted to go home.
Yeah, I felt like the end wasn't really earned there, to wanting to go home part, because I feel like they actually built up this sloth to being wanting the president, so I didn't like that end, actually.
Yeah, I totally didn't get that. Nope. Maybe
That's funny.
It's been a while.
Because what I kind of got was, the sloth got taken from Panama, and it was like established that it was the alpha there because it killed that crocodile or alligator. I don't fucking know what's in Panama. And then it got brought to America, was sold to this sorority girl, and
she stole it. You mean?
She stole it. She stole the. You're right.
Yeah.
What killed the guy? Did the sloth kill him?
Yes.
I forgot. Yeah, the poacher, or the trafficker, at least, I guess. And I thought they were trying to compare on one level that a sorority is equivalent to like a jungle, and that the sloth is still the alpha in both scenarios. That's kind of what I got out of it, and I think that was just a full stop kind of 1-to-1.
Yeah, I could definitely see that, especially since in the intro when it killed the crocalligator, you think, oh, it died or something, they're both gone all of a sudden, and then the alligator crocodile flips on its back, and then it's got the 3 slashes. So, oh, okay, the sloth is not dead. And same thing here. We think it's dying, and it doesn't die. It never dies. So I could see that little parallel there.
Yeah. While also hanging on to like the Chuckies and the Michael Myers kind of thing, which is cool. Yeah. I guess I get it, but I don't like it at the end of the day. I'm not a fan of this movie at the end of the day.
Yeah, I wish we would have gotten a little bit more on the origin of the sloth. And I know you bring that up in kind of possession movies and demonic movies, on how you like a little bit of the history and the origin story of our demon dudes.
Yeah, I think it's fun. I do.
Yeah, so I wish we would have gotten that, especially here. Like, who is this sloth, and why is it immortal? And
yeah, I feel like this isn't a proper first movie for the sloth.
We need the sloth legend. We need something.
I could definitely see, and they sort of not really keep it open-ended for a future with the sloth here, but I definitely could see a prequel happen out of this.
Mm-hmm. Which would be great. I'd watch it.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that being fine. I could get behind that for sure.
Keep it a little shorter. Definitely watch it.
Just keep it a little more on point. Knowing exactly. I'd say this film knew mostly what it was, but it got a little carried away with a character, which is funny to say because that's such an important part of, a movie. But the sloth is the only star here. There's no one else that's important.
Yep.
So it's fine. And I know it's not Matthew's first movie, but it's a movie.
All right, it's a movie. How did you feel about the kind of social media pop-up screen?
Oh yeah, it just helps it definitely shows the love and care, I think, in that kind of went into this with just like the cinematography and that looking through the eyes of the sloth and the sloth itself.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was cool. I liked that they kind of made that go full circle with the sloth posting on Instagram.
Yes.
That was cool. Right before it killed, each of the girls. That was cool. I like that a lot.
Who's next? I think he said. Or she, whatever it was.
That was fun. That was absolutely fun. It's just one of these funny things. I don't like these movies after I watch them. It's okay, whatever.
Yeah.
I'd recommend it to
my niece.
A child.
A child.
This is a good movie for a little kid. But I don't know why these kind of movies are attractive to me. Like the mean one, the Grinch Gone Bad one.
Uh-huh.
I want to see that, but I know it's going to be trash. But I have this like weird desire to see this mega junk food. It's like a cosmic brownie fucking nonsense.
I'm with you. Like that Piggy movie we watched.
Oh, that was pretty good.
You like that one? Piggy? Yeah.
With the girl who was...
Girl. That was awesome.
I like the movie.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that's quite on this level.
No, but it's movies that are weird and speak to you like that, and then you watch them. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's what I'm getting at. Where you're interested, and you're like, "What is that?" And you watch it.
Krampus is another one. I feel like.
But that one was decent, right?
That one's actually pretty decent.
Yeah.
That one's actually it's not quite. It's like it's that line between B and A movie, Yeah. Krampus lives on that. I'd say Piggy. I'd say Piggy's a little indie, but it's shot in such a what you'd find at the fucking Sundance Festival or something. It's shot in such a art housey way that you might, I don't know. But Slotherhouse feels like it's not very much removed from the third Saturday of October. It's like one step removed from that in like the higher budget.
Yeah, I could see that. But thinking a little bit more about this film, some of my favorite parts were when the sloth was being the mascot, and it was in its own like little mini car, and they were playing volleyball, I think, and he was the ref, and they were like cheering the sloth on.
See, that's where I started to get the idea that the sloth wants this life. It wants to be evolved into the
that's
presidency.
Where I thought it's like this sloth is finding the like love and friendship from these girls and just feels the fucking betrayal from this Emily girl, you know? Like maybe the sloth thought he could have or she could have a life here and enjoy herself, but no, Emily had to post a selfie with the not poacher, the dude, whatever he was. I guess he buys from poachers.
Yeah, so the sloth saw the picture?
Yes. That's what made her flip. She was looking through her social media and saw the selfie she posted. The sloth alpha saw the picture Emily posted when she was with the dude. The non-poacher dude.
Okay. I guess that's a fun call on like when you are scrolling, on Instagram or whatever, or Facebook. Especially I guess probably when you're in high school and you come across something that you don't fucking like and you fucking lose your mind.
Hell yeah, your little heart breaks.
Yeah.
Because you saw, Susie with Johnny or whatever people say. So look, I was cheering for the sloth the whole time.
Yeah. You got to.
And on top of that, none of these characters made themselves likable. No redeeming qualities, nothing. Which might be part of the trope, so okay.
Is there a cautionary tale in this of bringing back exotic animals to places where they shouldn't be?
A little bit.
A little bit. You think it's that smart?
I think it tried, especially with the friend. I didn't write her name down.
The girl who gets put in the hospital.
With the girl who gets put in the hospital, yeah, I think she tried. Because when Emily brought the sloth home, she was like, "How do you know what it eats? How do you know what climate it's supposed to live in? Did you even look any of this up?" And Emily's just like, "Girl, shut the fuck up." So I think it tried, which is probably the message, maybe. We have the people that try and the people that are like, "I don't care. I need this mascot for my likes."
Yeah, likes by any means necessary.
Exactly.
That's a sorority girl's life, man.
That's my life. Go like our episode. So, how did you feel about the end? I guess there were two ends here, right? The one with the sloth and the one with the girls. The one with the girls, it was confusing as fuck to me. Maybe it wasn't to you and you can explain it, but why did we have the 1 year later skip? And then the one with the sloth was when, was it a little kid?
Yeah, on some tour.
Yeah, on a tour.
I mean, I guess we had the 1 year later skip to just show that the girls, moved on, sort of. And
but they talked about it. They were like, "Thank you for saving my life." It's like,
yeah, it was weird. That's what I was kind of saying about the rivalry or whatever the competition was. They didn't know how to wrap up the story they tried to put out because they obviously just had a movie idea about a killer sloth called Slotherhouse. They were like genius, They were probably high and they thought about the idea, and the next day they shot the 3-minute short of it killing that one girl with the lights flashing it off and on and stuff, and they're like,
love
and then
it.
they showed some producer and got a couple $1 million to make the movie, and then they made the movie.
Damn.
That's what happened. I guarantee it. I guarantee you that's the shot. That's the scene that made them get money too.
All right.
Or facilitated the production of it. And they felt the need, maybe producers along the way felt that there needed to be some kind of through line. And the filmmakers here, maybe Matthew, I'm not sure who wrote it. It says here Bradley Fowler and Caddy Lanigan.
Uh-huh.
They did not know how to wrap up an actual human, story, conflict, situation. So that was kind of the payoff for that specific thread of the movie. It's completely fucking pointless, obviously.
Yeah.
But there was obviously you see it sprinkled throughout the whole movie. There was some weird hang up behind the scenes to not completely let go of the human side of this, the character side of this, which I think was a mistake. It should have at some point been maybe without any fucking dialogue and just been the sloth killing these folks and everybody screaming their heads off and stuff.
Yeah. I would have liked that better.
Yeah, because that would have been, knowing a little bit more about what it was, because that end only confirms that, or I should say that end only forces the question, do you know who the main character of this movie was? You know? It's like, it's not Emily. She's the main catalyst. You know? She's our McMuffin.
Yeah.
So, like, it is a little sloppy, I think. That's a good way to put it, I think. I think it's the only way to put it, actually.
Yeah, I was hella confused on what was going on here. Why are they thanking and apologizing to each other a year later? Why are they trying to start an animals' rights campaign? What happened the rest of the year? I mean, I assume you select. I don't know. I've never been part of a sorority. Have never done any sorority activities. But didn't they just start the year? And we're selecting the president?
I think so, yeah.
Because they were moving in?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Yeah, because she was complaining about the boxes. And all her heavy shit. So, I don't know. It was weird. It was hella weird. Too weird.
Yeah, it was just sloppy storytelling. They didn't know what to do with it. It felt like they didn't know what to do with it, and
don't do anything.
Yeah.
Just don't do anything.
Just pretend it doesn't exist.
Yes.
I feel like that's better than what happened here.
Agreed.
It's kind of like, some people will talk and talk and talk, and they keep digging themselves in a hole. Just shut up.
Yep.
Kind of thing.
Putting your foot in
in your mouth.
Putting your foot in your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yep. I'm with you. Well, man, what did you think about the poster?
So which poster? Because there's a really cool one with it's just black, and then the sloth is just has a little three-toed hand, and it's dripping blood, and I think it says "Don't rush, die slow," and I love that one.
Oh, that one's cool. Yeah, I'm looking at the one that's on IMDb.
Yeah, there's the one on IMDb. That's a silly name. And that one's kind of your more tropey. Let's put everybody.
Yeah, that one's dumb as shit. I like the one that you were talking
that one's
about.
Cool.
This one, yeah, the one where the sloth is looming over the girls is dumb as shit. It's like, it's fun that it's almost, the sloth is almost like the evil mastermind, or the evil thing that's kind of outsmarting these guys.
Yeah.
But then we've got our little triangle of girls and over the sorority. And it's just like, how do we include everything in the movie in this poster? All right, got it.
Right, like who are these girls? I guess one of them's the bad guy, one of them's the friend, one of them's Zenny, and I don't know who that blonde chick is.
I think she was the bad girl's.
Oh, her sidekick?
Sidekick.
Okay.
I think.
I do like how fucking clever the title is, though. They did a great job there. What'd you think? Oh, it doesn't sound like you think it's clever.
I like it. I like the name, but I wouldn't say clever. I would say completely fucking obvious. If you have a sloth that's killing people, Slotherhouse. It's the only answer.
Clever as fuck.
It's good. I can't believe it hasn't been taken already. So, clever? Maybe, if it hasn't been taken already.
Exactly.
Especially because sloths have been in the zeitgeist since we've been fucking alive.
Yes.
So I don't know.
Probably since Sid.
Oh yeah, that's probably about right, isn't it? 20 years. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree, and it's fine. The poster's fine. Font's fine. But do you have a budget guess for me?
I do have a budget guess that I was very much struggling on. So I said 10 million. Because it's, shitty horror, so it can't be much more than 10, really. You can't pass that.
Not normally, no.
But I just thought it looked pretty good for what'd you call it? A B movie? A B horror movie? What'd you call it? Yeah, B movie. I just thought it looked really good for one of those. So I went up a little, and maybe all the practical effects with the sloth moved it up a little. But now that I think about it, maybe I give it a little too much credit.
Yeah, we can't find a budget guess online.
Oh, so I'm right.
So you're right. 10 million feels like an awful lot, but I don't know. I would probably guess, to be honest, I'd probably guess 2 million.
2 million.
Yeah.
Dang.
Just because of
You said it was an hour and 40?
hour and 30.
Okay. All right.
I don't know. You never know, because the first Insidious was like $5 and the last one that we just had wasn't it like 15 million or something like that? So it's just like I don't fucking know.
Whatever the Winnie Pooh did that come out this year?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever that one was, whatever budget that was, is this?
Oh man, I think this was higher budget than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how popular the other one is. I had at least heard of that one.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a big deal because it was the first thing after the Winnie the Pooh entered the public domain. That's why that got the hype.
Oh, got you.
We have actually a game coming out. I think it's called Winnie's Holes.
I don't want to know about
And
Winnie's
it's a
Holes.
horror Winnie the Pooh game.
I don't want to know about that.
I don't know where they got that title. But he it consumes stuff and he turns into this mutated thing.
Yeah,
it's
right.
fucking not an okay
That sounds
premise.
nasty.
Yeah. I don't know why calling it Winnie's Holes. They should just call it Winnie the Abomination. I don't fucking know anything else. I guess he lives in a hole, right? A hole in a tree, right?
He does?
Doesn't he live in a tree?
He lives in a tree? I don't know.
I don't know.
Honestly, I don't know.
And he doesn't have the red t-shirt because that's a Disney thing. So that we gotta wait another 25 years for that to enter the public domain. The first instance of Winnie with the t-shirt, at least the red t-shirt, and so now he's naked.
That's disgusting.
That's why in the movie too, in Blood and Honey or whatever it's called, he doesn't have
a
red
shirt.
t-shirt.
I mean, I've never seen it. I just know it was super hyped.
And they managed to get around that by covering him in blood. So
clever.
Yeah, so it works out. It's fun. It's a fun premise. I'm sure I haven't seen the Winnie the Pooh horror movie. Will we? Maybe. But he's coming. I think he's going after Christopher Columbus. Not Christopher Columbus.
Damn.
He's going after. What's the motherfucker's name?
Christopher Robin?
Yeah. He's going after Christopher Robin because he's grown up, I think.
Oh, shit.
So that's all you need for a 40-minute movie. Yeah. I don't really see. That's the kind of thing. That's a creep show premise.
It's only 40 minutes?
No, it's an hour and a half.
Oh.
But I don't know how. Well, just like this.
All right.
That's kind of where that was going.
All right. That's where you were getting at.
It's just another one of those things. But yeah, man. Do you have a game for me?
I do have a game for you.
Oh, shit.
We have a Would You Rather game.
Okay.
Today. Would you rather die by Alpha, our killer sloth here, or Cocaine Bear?
I guess Cocaine Bear. Because if Alpha's going to kill me, it's going to be fucking slow.
It moved pretty fast when you weren't looking at it. Maybe
I just have a great joke. I just came up with a good joke. This is the slowest movie I've seen all year.
Just insert some symbols there, some drum and cymbals.
Why didn't I say that at the beginning?
I think I'd rather die by.
I could kill Alpha.
You could not kill Alpha.
I would definitely kill Alpha.
Did you not see these girls trying to kill Alpha and a guy? I guess.
It's true.
Cocaine Bear's
gonna make it quick.
I guess that's true. It'd be quick. But it was just so gruesome, We didn't see a lot of gruesomeness here. We didn't see blood. We didn't see gore. So I don't know how exactly these girls died.
But we saw Alpha drive a car.
But we did see. Oh fuck! We didn't see Cocaine Bear drive a car, did we? Exactly. But I think I'm gonna go with Cocaine Bear. Would you rather keep costume mascots? How we have mascots with costumes for games and sports and houses and whatnot, or replace them all with live ones?
Just keep the normal.
You wouldn't replace them with live ones?
No.
Why would you not do that?
The mascot is just the head cheerleader. and you gotta have them doing the flips and the corralling the folks and building the hype. I don't know how a live bulldog is gonna do that. You know what I mean?
If it's cute.
No. You need the bulldog mascot guy who can do fucking 10 black backflips.
Wait, what do you mean? You have both in games, right?
In games? What do you mean?
Like football games or something?
Oh, I don't know. I've never been to a football game.
You've watched a football game?
Yeah, but I don't.
Your high school football games? Did you attend a high school football game?
No, I've never been to a high school football game.
Ever in your life?
Mm-mm.
Holy fuck.
That would be weird.
We're uncovering secrets here.
Especially because I don't have kids. That'd be weird now.
No, I think it's very common for people to go to their high school football games.
Even if they don't have kids?
Yeah. Like ex-alumni. Or alumni.
Ex-alumni. The alumni who've been executed. Okay, I didn't know that. Yeah, see, I'm not even familiar with the sports socialisms. Yeah, I don't know.
All right.
Although my high school mascot was a person. So.
Did y'all have someone in a costume?
Mm-hmm, yeah, which seemed redundant.
That is so redundant. See, we were the Mustangs, like the horse. So we had someone in a horse costume, which is, would we replace that with a real horse? I totally would. I'd rather see a live horse out there
than a furry.
Then who was the mascot? I think the mascot was somebody from our year one year. But yes, that'd be cool, right?
I don't know. I don't know. Could the horse build hype?
A live horse? Hell yeah. You'd be like, there's a fucking horse out there.
I wouldn't make me build hype. I'd be like, why the fuck is there a horse out here?
Alright, maybe it's just me. This question was for me.
Someone get this horse some water. It's fucking dehydrated in Mississippi.
It's been halftime and no one's gotten no horse water.
Yeah, my mascot was strange and redundant. I don't know. I don't understand.
Alright.
If your mascot is just a human, just put makeup on the human. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That makes sense.
Like, the mascot in Easy A?
I've never seen Easy A.
Oh, I thought we watched Easy A recently.
You watched Easy A without me?
But that mascot's played by the guy who plays Joe and you.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like a devil, I think. And he just paints himself red and wears a cape and has a trident.
That sounds perfect.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, that's awesome. But not my mascots. Next question.
Would you rather make all horror films PG-13 or rated R?
R.
Why? You a sicko.
So they can just be, I'd
horror?
rather them be graphic and like gory and bloody and gross and whatever than family friendly.
But if they're family friendly, you think they would have to try harder to be creative?
What is Hereditary rated?
What's above R?
All right,
XR?
let's go there. That's what I want.
That movie should be R if it's not.
That's where we're going. Yeah, so R. Yeah.
All right.
I want some heads decapitated. I want some naked ladies dying. I want teeth being pulled out.
Ooh.
I want all the F-bombs that it takes. That's what I want.
All right. And this.
I'm going to say one thing real fast. I am surprised that we didn't get any naked sorority girls dying. I feel like that is almost a cliche.
This is PG-13. I think that's why we didn't have any.
They didn't want to push it.
The gore or any of the killings or anything. So, yeah, they didn't want to push it.
That seems almost obvious that you'd include that in a cheesy movie.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next question.
Last question. And this is in reference to my favorite part of the movie.
Okay.
Would you rather misspell a simple word in your political campaign?
What'd she misspell?
President. Or on a very important email to your boss's boss's boss. Like a very simple word.
The email.
Like president.
The email.
The email?
Yeah.
Is that less embarrassing?
Yeah, it's less embarrassing.
That was funny. That was probably my favorite part, that she misspelled president.
Yeah, that was good.
And then I think they said, I don't know what they said. after that, but it was something along the lines of, did you not finish collage or something? Like college. It killed me. That was good. That was hilarious.
Yeah. Well, this was a comedy, so I'm glad you laughed at it.
Oh, I laughed at it.
Were you laughing with it or at it, I should say?
At the sloth bits, with it. At everything else, at it.
Okay. Well, man, thank you for watching this film with me.
Thank you for opening my eyes up a little bit to the world of horror.
Well, you said that pretty slow.
Yeah.
Like a sloth.
On purpose. Now I have 3 toes. But you're welcome.
Well, you can catch us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for brand new episodes of the Filmistines. Thanks for tuning in today, tonight, this morning, whenever you're listening to it. It's a good time. Shout out to all the players out in India right now. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, India.
Until next time, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And that's a wrap for today's episode of the Filmistines. Thanks for tuning in and joining us on our cinematic journey. We hope you enjoyed our discussion and gained some new insights and perspectives on the world of movies. Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast on your favorite platform, especially Patreon at patreon.com/filmistines. And follow us on social media for more film-related content. We love hearing from our listeners, so if you have any feedback, suggestions, movie recommendations, or book recommendations, please feel free to reach out to us. Until next time, keep watching, keep loving the magic of movies. This is the Filmistines, signing off.